Good morning, Pamela.
Hello.
How do you think I did today?
I thought you did great. You did a really nice lesson. You explained why we study morphology, and then you did a little review of the root word, prefix, suffix, which was great. And I thought you did really well. It really pushed the kids to think of an example. That was good.
Yes.
Push them.
Somehow it popped up to my mind, like while I was teaching. Why don't I just ask them rather than playing a game?
Yeah.
Maybe next week I can do the dictation that you said, so that we have at least a set of 8 to 9 words now, so they can.
Yes.
Even when fluency came up, like we were doing the fluency, I made them stop and figure out what was the prefix and the root word for
that. Was good, because that was like real life practice.
Yes.
That was excellent.
So what is that other things that I can add for next week?
I think that's good to having them give examples. Then the game is another just reinforcer, and then when you practice that fluency, I think I would say continue that. And maybe the only thing I might suggest as another option that might be fun, because they love to search for images, as another fun thing to reinforce, is to find an image of one of the words, on their computer. It would be something else they could do, like as to help them, like a visual picture sometimes helps them understand, like especially Nicholas, because he has comprehension issues, to help him understand the meaning, kind of like with kids who have second languages as well, just having a picture to go with some of the words.
You mean, do you want me to get the printed pictures, or they can just look up on the computer?
I would just say that's just an option. Somehow, if you could find a way to have some visuals for, especially Nicholas, of some of the words that maybe have a little more complicated meaning.
Yes.
To see if he could get it, or you could find one, but just printing it is expensive, and
no problem.
But they could just, because they're really good at looking up images.
Yes.
And just see if that could be a way. Do you notice that about Nicholas?
Yes, that's what I was about to ask you, my next question.
Yeah.
He needs a lot of reinforcement.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Because the more I ask him, the more he's spacing out. Like the first time I ask him and going to the next time, he's spaced out. Like he can't really process. So probably maybe more asking him more and more questions, or visualize.
I think adding a visual piece for him. And just so you know about Nicholas, he presents lower than he often is. What I noticed with him, his first attempt or his first answer, he has a hard time expressing himself and organizing his ideas and his speech, because he has a lot of speech issues in language. And so often the second attempt or a third attempt at the same question, you'll see his true understanding. Or if you give him a little support, then it'll make sense to him, and he can organize his thoughts to share more. But this year I've noticed that even more, that with structure, like in 5th grade we have the reading response where it's very structured, like we do our topic sentence, and we start every reading response with, I'm reading this story by so-and-so, this story is about a little summary, and then I'm at the part where, like that structure he has been so successful with. So when you give him more structure, even if I don't know if this is just one idea, you could probably come up with other ideas.
Sure.
But even a sentence frame for him, like this word, this multisyllable word's prefix is blank. The root word is blank, and it might just be a laminated copy that he could read. And the suffix is blank, and then he reads that and tells you, this word means blank. You know what I mean? So it helps organize what he's supposed to be thinking about. And then a sentence with this word in it is blank. That's just an idea. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I got it. I got what you say.
Yeah.
So he needs more visual rather than just giving him like, okay, what is this?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and a structure to the lesson where for his response. So his mind can kind of wrap around, oh, what am I supposed to be saying and focusing on? You know, he just can't seem to pull that up sometimes.
So, for example, let's take this unicycle or the tripod. So you want me to get a picture of the tripod?
Yeah, or he could look for, or you could say to all of them, why don't you see if you can find a picture of a unicycle or a unicorn, or if it's probably going to be more complicated than that, but the more difficult ones, maybe he could look for one.
Okay, so how can I show him uncooked, even that they can pick up?
Uncooked?
Yeah, pick a picture for them? Like
a picture of something that's uncooked and kind of challenge him to find a picture of something that's uncooked.
Yeah, that's what I picked up today, uncooked, because I want them to come up with something for next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good.
because uncooked is something that you really cannot visualize. Like they show the picture, it's cooking, and then turn off something.
Yes,
it'll be a mixture of different frames, but I need to figure that one out.
Yeah, and what I would do with that too is maybe have someone else go first and he can see their answer, like, or maybe, you know, if he's stuck, have a model for him. He seems to do better with models. But when you give him that support, like you're giving him like a net, a safety net, or I don't know, maybe it's like having, I don't know how to explain it, but something to support him so that he can predict more what he's supposed to be doing, what he's supposed to say. Okay, so for Nicholas, it has to be more visual so that he can process and respond in concrete.
And how about Karina? Is that okay? Like, is she okay?
Karina
I think they're twins, right?
Yeah, they're twins, but they have very different issues.
Yes.
She struggles more with the decoding and just the actual skill of reading, where he has that because it's predictable, like the code of reading, he's figured it out. It's very predictable. Where she has trouble because of her more specific learning disability and decoding, he's more comprehension, organization. She can have issues with organization too. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yes.
Sometimes the way she organizes is hard. That's hard for her. So this structure of any way you could structure the lesson, where if you had those sentence frames, would probably help her as well.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
And her articulation, I think they both present, you know, lower because their articulation is so impacted. And then she, I think, because she knows French and Russian, I think she's confused on top of having the learning disability. Sometimes I think she thinks of another language and she gets confused on the order of words.
Okay.
Because she speaks Russian with her mom, I guess. Sometimes.
So it's more focused on Nicholas, like he needs visual. So
yeah, but that would help her because she has different issues, but the same solution would be sentence frames.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That will be helpful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay.